Sobolczyk, who is an assistant professor at the Institute of Literary Research in Poland. He's published 3 books in Polish, most recently on a theory of literary culture, and he's now working on a book on queer theory.
The title has changed a little bit. The content stays more or less the same. Now it sounds towards Queer Atopia, beyond the Utopia-Dystopia inversion. How utopian must one be to think of a queer planet? That's the utopian, and therefore dystopian also, because one entails the other thinking. Dovetail queer theory. The modernist liberationist movements, including gay and lesbian rights movement and its academic double, were based on the Enlightenment idea of a rational emancipation that brings more freedom step by step, through increasing visibility and positiveness of image especially, leading eventually to the ultimate liberation of a defined group, gays and lesbians in this case. This optimistic narrative is certainly utopian. The emergence of queer theory casts in the past a Gothic shadow on this happy-go-lucky ideal, much as the historical Gothic novels questioned the dominion of rationality in the 18th century, and in the incarnations that followed. Queer theory is Gothic to enlightened gay and lesbian liberation. Queer, by rejecting the idea of a structural and rational progress, rejects also the inversion as a figure of thought. Inversion, what I'm going to show later, produces the Utopia-Dystopia pair, always ready for rotation, which makes it a double-edged sword. If, oversimplifying a bit, for a rational gay liberationist, the experience of the heteronormative world is a dystopia, then the program of social change would involve either an adjustment, adaptation, and this is one path of a part of the movement, but I leave it aside, or an inversion, which places the homonormativity in the place of heteronormativity, makes the dystopian utopian. Subversion, as I intend to prove, does not produce the utopia-dystopia pair. There is more. Queer envisions a new, different mode of thinking which rejects such figures and therefore also normativity. And this, once again, shows that it points to a future. It is possible to step out of the vicious circle and still see some horizon. The notion of atopia is helpful.